The season back in Jerez, 8 points coming away from that one. So for this season, he's going to get a bit of a
Alpine Stars, which obviously fired up as he was in the air and will have saved a very.
It was so orderly for the first like 6, 7 or 8 riders. I mean, what a start! Veda Pratama nosebleed here running this high up. As we see, Tassini had a grid infringement, double long lap penalty.
Very nasty collision with the tarmac on the way down. There is a number 11 of David Gonzalez.
But after that, it was absolute chaos going in towards turn 1. Now we begin this big climb up towards it. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, that's a messy way to start the race, isn't it? What a shame. Okay, and Spaniard, he's the 4th of those 5 riders. And it still is Veda.
Turn 5 and turn 6 now. We saw some crashes there earlier on in the qualifying. It can be slippery if you're offline.
It doesn't, you don't know why. I mean, he could have been in the wrong position or what. I have no idea why. We don't know exactly what he did wrong. Pratama, who has the advantage, Brian Uriarte in second.
Look who our top 3 are, Peter. It's as if some of the riders going inside. That was the number 11 there, going up the inside. I think I saw David Gonzalez.
But obviously he's done something. Okay, it's Veda Pratama. And then the 11 of David Gonzalez. Brian
Pratama never went away and had an injury. It's like we're watching Jerez again. But you've Les, the local Spaniard, slots into 3rd position. Great start from him from 3rd on the grid.
Uriarte, and those trio, I think, are being caught by the 31 of Giulio Pugliese and got
supporting acts and potentially the extra protagonist as well of David Gonzalez. Then, as we see Giulio Pugliese just behind.
And they were coming to the corkscrew section and Hakim Danish on the number 13.
Carter Thompson there in 6th place with Sullivan Mount and Giulio Pugliese. But the top 3, Pratama, Uriarte and Danish.
And unless you go up there and watch it, you can't believe how steep it is, how they drop off the edge of the...
Up from 11th on the grid there in 7th as well, just off the back of this group. So we're really seeing it. This seems like what it's going to be about this season, Peter.
It does. And there's the number 13 pulling out world here. Back into first gear. First gear through the left-hander. And then they accelerate.
Fully strung out, Peter. This is absolutely fascinating. I wonder what the conditions are like out there. I mean, the pace.
So the slipstream passing Brian Uriarte goes in. No, he doesn't. Brian Uriarte on the 51 and the orange helmet. Short shift, 2nd, 3rd into 4th and drive through 4th gear.
Being drilled out here. I mean, you got 2 riders out the top 3 in 2:01s.
Moment still has 2nd place, but behind is now Danish, and this is the battle for the cup. Absolutely sensational. This is faster and faster and faster through the left-hander up into 5th.
Most of the others, apart from Pugliese and Danish, they're in 2:02s. Everybody else in minimum 2:03. So
Benyat Fernandez, of course, is 200 kilometres an hour, 125 miles an hour, and on the brakes they are again and back into 2nd.
It's just a red hot pace like the sun out there at the moment from these leaders.
And is out of it. He's in 2nd place in the points, but it's an incredible part of the circuit.
And you don't want to get sucked in like Hakim Danish almost did there into that.
Whole time was 2:01.95, and Veda Pratama has he's not going to be there, I think, at the end of this one.
No, absolutely not. Let's have a left-hander. So easy to run off, run wide, click the wheel of the rider in front of you, something like that, and now
on a 2:02, yeah, 2:02.0. So he's almost on his pole time. David.
Further look down the field, then we got the likes of Morelli, who is absolutely at the back, is now picking up a point. We are all downhill on towards the back straight. Peter, I'll remind you what you said. Surely no one's going to get away.
Gonzalez is underneath the pole time at 2:01.71.
Well, this is absolute. Frenchie, Plomp and Da Costa there, 13th and 14th. Singapore with it or run away with it. Why is Veda Pratama? It's like he's got an earpiece listening to our commentary. He's gone wild. Absolutely fascinating then. And you see Mitani and Ramadeepa having their own little battle back in 8th and 9th. And down in, just ahead of them, sorry, in 12th position. I was just thinking, where are you talking about, old man? I'm off.
Yeah, he's gone, isn't he? But no, Brian will catch him. Come on, Brian.
Time he squeezes a swap over from there. Got to give a shout out to Thompson and Mounsey. That's a good start for them. Thompson and Singapore qualified. It was fairly far down, but
he knows what he's doing, Mount. He knows what he's doing wherever he is. There's the number 11 of David Gonzalez.
could have expected him to be in this front group, perhaps with his pace and qualification, but not today. Can't find him on the grid. Oh yes, 23rd, there we go, all the way down, so that's a very, very decent run.
Is picking up the slipstream of Brian Uriarte, has to back out a bit as Brian sweeps into the lane.
Fastest lap of the race goes to Hakim Danish on the back of this group, the number 13 Malaysian rider there. Right so far from him, as well as Mitani in 8th as well. Agostinelli, the Vietnamese
left-hander. And as long as the guys behind are not silly, I'm sure that Brian
doing very, very well indeed. Our championship leader, 4 second places so far this year. This is where rider there up into 9th place, as well as the number 9.
Down will catch Veda. Of course, there is the question of what gearing have they chosen.
He took his first Rookies Cup victory last year. Oh, as he nearly gets wiped out there, but
corkscrew again. You're looking back at what a great picture that is. Looking back at Hakim Danish. Has Veda chosen a gearing, perhaps the lower gearing that he doesn't need?
Oh no, he nearly took out there Giulio Pugliese. It was 31 on 13.
And now forward Brian Uriarte and the leader Veda Pratama on the slipstream.
Real Marco Morelli's weekend just going from bad to worse at the moment, and that was a tough move. So it gets turn 3 is not your stereotypical overtaking spot.
No 54. And 8 laps to go.
I mean, he started from the back of the grid, but he's not made any inroads here at all. You know, multiple.
It isn't. But meanwhile, I was interested. I was watching Brian Uriarte there as he tries to hang on to Veda Pratama. We're not halfway through this yet. There's still plenty to action to remain.
They're being very sensible. Race winner, podium finisher in Rookies Cup. He was on the rider sent to the back of the grid for the slow riding.
He didn't look quite as smooth and cool and precise as he not.
Peter, it's like a very high-speed game of chess. They're in it for the long run now. This is your group in qualifying, but he crossed the line in 25th position. Not ideal.
Normally does. I wonder if he's just having to push quite hard to stay with the leader.
Doesn't look like any of them are going to really drop off. Pugliese's made that step up to be a consistent podium for him whatsoever. Christian Daniel Jr., who was started from the second
number 54, the Indonesian Veda Pratama.
Pratama taking such a contender. Gonzalez clearly knows his place very, very well. I'm gonna have a look at what. Third row from bottom. He's made a move up towards 16th, along with. I mean, all 5 of them doing completely different lines there through the reverse corkscrew, aren't they? He was up to last weekend.
And the point is, I think all
Zem Mitani
and Benyat Fernandez, he's got up to 11th place there. Now,
and you're absolutely right. It is so downhill there. You cannot imagine it from just your.
5 of them know that you need the slipstream here. Veda's tried to run away with it and couldn't, and they.